sectional drain cleaning machine or drum type? What do you prefer? Now this video is sponsored by Ferguson. We teamed up with Ferguson because of everything they do for plumbing, the plumbing community, and the communities that we work in. And today I have a special guest, Mike Hudson. Now, Mike, what is your official title?
So Roger, I'm a category sales specialist for our hangers, tools, and safety program.
Okay.
That covers everything from hanging large diameter piping to power tools, and also to all your PPE.
Pretty cool. Now, for residential service plumbers, which is what I am, we've got a new tool here, and I say new, it's really not that new. Sectional machines have been around for a while.
Sectional machines have been around for a long time. This is actually one of what Ridgid calls our legacy machine. So it's the K60 SP. It'll do from 1¼ up to 4-inch drains. Everything you see here is what it comes with. So you get the machine, you get all the tooling, you get the guide hose, this is pretty important. You get your safety material for your gloves. That's also very important. And then you also get 75 feet of cable, 5/8 cable.
Okay. And there's also the option of buying another reel with 7/8 cable.
Yes, sir. So
and how big does that go up to?
That'll do up to 4-inch.
Okay.
So when you go from 1¼ to 2-inch, you'll use your 5/8. And when you go above that, you want to go to your 7/8 cable.
Now, the neat thing about it is literally there's an adjustment in here to go from 5/8 to 7/8 right here. So you're using the same machine. You don't have to change anything out.
That is true. So this is one common mistake guys use or guys run into is they don't realize there's an adjustment screw here. And when you unloosen the adjustment screw, you can actually, the arrows are pretty simple. You can tighten it for 7/8 or back off for 5/8.
And this is really the only maintenance there is to this machine is open this up every now and then and clean it.
Correct. So there are 2 bolts here, real simple. You just kind of turn your machine upside down, take out these 2 bolts. This will fold over. You can actually clean your jaws, replace your jaws if need be. So another service issue you can do in-house and not actually have to send it out for service.
And that saves plumbing companies a ton of money and time. Think about it, if I have to send this back to Ridgid to get it repaired, just like any other manufacturer, it takes a while.
You're talking 2 weeks and you're probably talking a $200 to $300 repair.
And how long does it take literally to change those jaws on the inside?
It takes within minutes, 4 to 5 minutes to change those jaws.
And
It's that
guys,
quick.
I've seen the video on it. It's actually pretty easy to do. Stay till the end. I'm gonna make sure we tell you something that most plumbers don't even know about the Ridgid K60. Now let's talk about the comparison between a sectional type and a drum type. What do you see as the big differences?
The first off, major difference, just look how lightweight this is. I know I'm a big guy and I got these big guns here, but this thing is real easy to carry. Okay, you're talking 41 pounds. So if you're doing a roof stack, you can just grab it from this front handle, which is ergonomically designed to carry right up on the ladder and onto a rooftop. And then also too, you can get real close. It's real compact, so you can get real close and in tight areas up to the entryway.
And really, I mean, you can get just a foot and a half away or so, run it right through there, it goes right down.
Sure
and
can.
The neat thing about it is you normally don't have the problems with this, like on a drum machine where too much cable comes out and all of a sudden you're fighting cable.
Right, so what's great about this, to actually start engaging the clutch, you remove your pin. Now this pin also doubles as the release pin for your cables and for all your heads. One thing that's different is this is not a self-feeding machine.
Okay.
This is a machine that you actually have to hand feed, and you engage the clutch to start engaging those jaws or rotate that cable. And once it does, then that gives you a lot more control. You may create that energy within that cable that could shoot back into the machine.
You bet.
Or
Twist up around your gloves, your arm, or any other body part.
You can bird nest the cage,
Yes.
right? And at that point, since
Good luck.
Or you could break the cable. So that's one great thing about it. These cables come in 15-foot sections, where a drum machine's 100-foot. So if you break that cable, you're talking
100 feet out.
Right, you're 100 feet out. You're done. So you got to replace all that cable. So you're talking probably $300-400.
How do you get started here?
All right. First thing, foremost, you want to plug in your GFCI cable. Please also make sure electronics aren't, or the cable's not near water or standing in water.
Yeah, you know, and I've seen that.
Yeah.
You walk up to plumbers, they're running a sewer machine, they're in 3 inches of water in a bathroom. It's like, guys, what are y'all doing?
Right.
Oh, we're getting it out. It's like, yeah, you're fixing to get out.
So
right, let's put some safety equipment on.
yes, let's do that. That sounds great. All right.
All right, so now we're ready.
We are. Okay. So to get started, first thing we want to do is to attach the guide hose. One of the cool things, it's real quick and easy to insert. Pull the pin, put it in the hole, clips in, Make sure it's nice and tight, you're good to go. Now, when you look at this cable, it's not really a cable, it's a giant spring. Okay, so keep that in mind. You want to insert the female in first, and you want to insert it from the front of the machine. So this is the front, this is the back. Okay, so we're going to insert this cable until we're about a foot out. We're about right there. And if you notice, it's not coming all the way through your guide hose, okay? Which is key. Okay, so some of the things I've seen is guys don't use this guide hose and this cable is just back there whipping around, okay?
Not a good idea.
Not a good thing. The other thing, if you have an apprentice, please don't let him guide this in with his feet, okay, where he stands there and puts the cable in between his legs. I've seen that as well. Very, very dangerous. And at this point, we want to check to see if we're nice and tight on the, with the jaws to the cable, all right? So I want to make sure the set screw is set, okay? But we want to put it on forward position. Machine is on, but it's not moving.
Absolutely.
So to engage it, you just engage the clutch, and you see it starts to rotate, okay?
Now, I want to go, we've got gloves here strictly for the machine.
Yes, we do.
And we've got a mitt and a glove.
We do.
I know the mitt has the anti-grab
Yes.
metal inserts on it.
Yeah, so when we go to use the machine and insert it into the drain, we want to make sure we're using the metal mitt, okay, the anti-grip mitt for the cable, okay, and we can use this other glove for safety. All right, so back to reverse. The only time we want to use reverse is when we really get into obstruction and we're starting to feel this thing kind of bind down and we can't really pull it out manually. At that point, we want to hit reverse, try to back it out, turn it off, go back in forward position.
Okay.
That's the only time we want to use reverse. So that is set up right there.
Absolutely.
It's real simple, real easy.
Now,
and we're good to go.
say we wanted to go an auger head on it.
This is called a shark tooth, okay?
Not shark bite, shark tooth.
Shark tooth. So we have this cool little tool here called the Ridgid Trident. This is great for releasing the heads, okay? It's gonna have your large and your small sizes for all your cables. Or this is what comes with the machine. It's the one that holds the clutch in place. Okay, you push that pin down.
Unlocks it.
Okay, it unlocks it, and you just slide it right out. This is kind of like an inspection auger as well. So this is gonna go into your obstruction and grab whatever it is, roots, you know, rags, you know, flushable wipes, because we know they're down there. This is
Not
gonna
all
grab
of
that. If you're getting into grease, you can go into your spade cutter or even your C cutter, okay? Major root obstruction, or you're trying to grab rags, this is a great one as well. This is also a retrieval auger. So if you do break your cable by some chance, this will go in, grab your cable, and help you pull it back out.
So what is it that plumbers normally do to mess this up? How do they, what mistake do they do to mess the machine up?
So the first mistake they do, and this is very common, it's probably 90% of all the mistakes. They think this is a self-feeding machine. Okay, so what they're doing is they're bearing down on the clutch, and this is rotating in a circle, okay? And they're using this as a self-feeder. What that's doing is that's wearing down on the jaws. And that's another, I spoke to my technician back east, that's one of the main things that comes in is for jaw replacement. And when they fixes the jaws, they're like, man, you ruined my self-feeder on the machine. I was like, well, you weren't really using it right.
Yes.
Okay, you've actually created grooves inside those jaws, and that's what's causing that. Number two, guys are connecting their cable from the back of the machine. They're not using this guide hose.
And then the coupling gets jammed up on the...
Yep, it sure does. The other thing is when this, so the proper use is as this thing's being fed into your drain, okay? I'm gonna pull this whole cable out and kind of show you what to do. Okay, so this is in your drain. What you wanna do is take this cable, okay, and kind of close it within the drain. All right, so that way it's nice and secure while you're doing this and not just letting it sit out there. Well, if you're doing a roof stack.
Because you don't want it to just disappear.
That's exactly right. So now that's in that drain, you insert your new cable, okay, pull this out, connect your cable, and you're good to go for your next 15 feet. All right, so once you're in and you started grabbing roots, rags, whatever, you just wanna physically pull back, okay, until you can pull this out. No need to hit the clutch, it's all gonna be hand fed at this point.
Okay, now say that you get to a coupling at this point. Smart thing to do, loop it, disconnect it, loop it, lock it in. Pull this section completely out.
Correct.
Put it back in your reel.
That's exactly right.
Pull the other one back, feed it in here, and just keep going. This helps keep your work area clean. You don't want sewage juice all over the roof or front entryway or anything like that, or even in a commercial building, or a residence if you do decide to carry it in the house.
Right. Another common mistake, there's gears in here that need to be lubed.
Wait, you're actually supposed to put grease in those grease fittings?
Yes, sir.
As a plumber?
They can do it.
Man.
They can do it. You know when something's dry or when something's wet. If it's dry around the fitting, load it up with grease until it starts to push out. You're ready to go until next time. You don't have to do it often. I'd say probably a once a year type inspection.
Okay.
Okay. You may have to grease it twice a year. Depends on the usage of the tool.
So how often should the plumber take this apart, clean up the inside?
A good rule of thumb is probably every 3 to 4 months.
Okay.
Is what I would suggest. So one of the things that these guys don't know about, and it's a pretty unique feature on this tool, when it gets into an obstruction and it bogs down, you can't get it out and overloads. There is a safety shutoff on this machine. And we're going to take off the coupler in the back, okay? And Roger, if you can see right there, you see that little button on the bottom of that motor? It's black.
Yes, I do.
All you do is take a screwdriver in there, hit that button, the tool is reset.
And that's almost like the bottom of a garbage disposal. You get a little red button, you push it up in there, same type thing. Now this has a powerful 1/2 horsepower motor. What do most sewer machines have?
Most sewer machines are 1/16 or even 1/10 or 1/12 horsepower.
That's fantastic.
So very powerful motor, provides a lot of torque.
This is dependable and it's got the Ridgid warranty with it.
If it does go down, they will take a look at it. They have an in-house service team. If it's something that was just straight from the factory that was messed up or that was a mistake, they will fix that at no charge.
I love that. And those of y'all that don't know, we gave one of these away last Monday. Make sure you tune in, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell because we're going to be doing giveaways on a regular occurrence now. So if you're a plumber and you've used a sectional drain cleaning machine, do me a favor to leave me a comment down below and let me know what your favorite things are about it. Now this video is sponsored by Ferguson, and Mike, I want to say, man, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks
this
for
is
having me.
actually cool. Those of y'all that didn't see him on the live stream with me a week ago Monday need to go check that out because we literally talked about tools. Man, what a great thing for plumbers to talk about. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.